Welcome back to another episode of the Raw Kitchen, and today I'm delighted to present to you a Mediterranean dish. It's going to be hummus. I'm sure most of you have heard about that. You see it in stores, you probably even have tasted it. Today we're going to make it homemade, fresh, from scratch, so you'll get to see how hummus is actually put together. You see it in the stores, now we'll get to actually get down to the bottom of this. So I'm going to start off with the ingredients list. What do you need to make this? Number one, we have fresh basil. Actually, it's dried basil. 1 to 2 tablespoons. If you use fresh basil, you're going to use 1 cup. And I wasn't able to find any fresh basil, so this is dry basil. 1 to 2 tablespoons. Next, we have garlic. 2 to 5 cloves of garlic, depending on how much garlic you like. I'm a big garlic fan, so I put 5 cloves in there. Next, we have fresh squeezed lemon juice. Fresh is best. 1 to 2 tablespoons you want to use. You can use lemon juice or lime juice. I used lemon juice. Here we have extra virgin olive oil. You can use 1 cup, half cup of extra virgin olive oil. Here we have 1 cup of chopped tomatoes. We have 1 cup of chopped celery. Here we have approximately 1 cup of carrots, and they are grated carrots. Here we're going to be using garbanzo beans. Now these are also known as chickpeas, and the way they come in stores, you'll find them, they're dry like this. They're very small. So what you're going to do, you're going to sprout them overnight. Soak them in water for 24 hours or less. And when you soak them, they enlarge. They get much bigger. And they're softer, and that's the way you want to have them for preparation. So in total, you're going to be using 2 cups of garbanzo beans, otherwise known as chickpeas. And if you want to add in a little bit of hot pepper here, this is very spicy, so you're just going to want to take out a sliver of that, and that's only added to taste if you like that little extra kick. You can also add a pinch of sea salt as well to taste, as you would like. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the food preparation part. We're going to actually take all these ingredients, combine them, blend them up, and we'll show you how that's going to look and take it to the next step from there. Alright, so we're moving on to the food preparation part. We're going to be combining all the ingredients and blending it. And ideally for this part, you would want to have a food processor to give it a nice puree. Today we're going to be using a blender, which is going to have a similar effect. So if you have a food processor at home, I recommend using that. So for blending things, the best way is usually to start the base with liquids or things that have more of a water consistency. So we're going to put the lemon juice in first. Lemon juice. We're going to put the olive oil in because that's semi-liquidy, and then I'm going to go ahead, throw in the garlic, and we have our basil here. Toss in the chopped tomatoes, chopped celery, our grated carrot, and 2 cups of garbanzo beans. And again, at the end, if you want to just add a little bit of salt to taste, I'm just putting in about a half a tablespoon, a small amount, just to give it a little extra taste. Now we are ready to go ahead and blend this all up. We're going to blend it until we get a nice smooth consistency, and I'll show you in a minute just what that's going to look like after everything's blended. Okay, so I just blended it for about 30 seconds. It's very thick, so you want to make sure you get a nice smooth consistency. With a food processor, you're basically just going to process it until it's nice and pureed. So what we have here, so I went ahead and blended it. The majority of it is blended. I just added a little bit more dry basil to it to give it some extra flavor. I'm going to just blend briefly. Up here, have a look at it. Just about done. So now that is nicely blended, and now it's ready to be poured in a dish so that we can enjoy this Mediterranean delicacy. So it's in the blender. We have a nice round pan here we're going to pour it into. And it is somewhat thick, so it's good to have a spatula too with you to get the rest of it out. And go ahead and get the majority, as much as you can out. It may take a little while as it is thick. And I would recommend using a Vitamix if you are going to use a blender, because traditional kitchen blenders, they may burn out. This is thick and it takes a little extra muscle to blend it all up. So now we have it in a bowl. You can go ahead and spread it out nice and smooth. To take the top and just kind of work it all around. Make sure it's all smoothed out. So it looks real nice presentation wise. And at the end, as a nice garnish to top off the dish, we have some dried parsley flakes that we're just gonna kind of brush on the top here to give it a nice coloring. That's it, folks. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Raw foods made easy right here in the raw kitchen. This is going to be ready to be served. I'm going to a potluck here in a few moments. We're going to be sharing this with some of the people there, and we'll get some of their feedback too, actually, how they enjoyed this the taste of this hummus. Freshly made, better than anything you'll find in a store. So with that, I'm going to go head over to the party, and we'll get back to you in just a moment and let you know what people thought of this taste and how it went over. Thanks for joining us. We're at the party now, and my dish is out. It's being served to people here. I made the homemade hummus. We're going to get some reaction of how somebody, her name is Sharon. She just had some hummus, and what do you think of my homemade hummus?
Oh, I think this is really great, Mike. I can just taste the vitality in it. It's really different when it's a raw food hummus.
Awesome, cool. Thought it could turn out great myself too. And we have another person here. Her name's Tina. She just had some of my hummus as well. What do you think of it? What are your thoughts about it?
I think it was great, actually. Let's try it out again.
Just gonna have another serving.
So this is it, right? Do we have any crackers to go with this?
Crackers.
You can try to use a vegetable there.
Yeah, give me like a chip or something.
Vegetable chip.
Here we go.
There we go.
A veggie chip here.
Alright, let's do it. It's good stuff.
Great.
I like to talk with my mouth full, but yeah.
Would you recommend it to others?
Absolutely. Definitely. I think I'm gonna have some more.
Is it better than the hummus you find in stores? Would you?
Yeah. Yeah, by far. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've even had any from the store, but
Awesome.
yeah. You got 'em beat, Mike.
Great. Well, thank you for plunging into my hummus, and glad I went over well. Definitely something to make for the future. Thank you.